Dipper here, back for another dip review. Not really too excited for this one. Today we're gonna be dipping on some Grizzly long cut Wintergreen. It's a fresh tin. It's not been cracked yet. Now the thing about Grizzly is it's really artificial, and I got really bad gator lip on the left side of my mouth. That's my default dip side, and this is gonna burn like a motherfucker, but I'm doing it just for y'all, so go ahead and crack the can. Don't know if y'all can hear that. You don't need a long thumbnail to crack a can. I mean, pretty full fucking can too. I probably ain't even gonna dip all this, honestly. It'd probably go to waste. But by that time, let's pack a lip. Decent little size right here. That ain't enough. A little filler. Now the thing about Grizzly is it burns. And it's not a Copenhagen burn or anything. It fucking burns. You gotta be a man to dip this shit. Now I used to dip this shit all the fucking time. I dipped it so much that I can't fucking stand it anymore. But I have dipped it. I am a pretty good expert on Grizzly. So the flavor is real intense, real artificial, and it'll last anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half if you pack a big enough lip. Presentation, nothing special. It's a Grizzly can with a big ass warning label on it. Presentations have sucked ever since they started putting the warning labels on them. Now, as far as freshness goes, they always have that little code right there on the bottom. You can decode it, but I don't know how, and I don't want to learn. All I know is this is a really fresh fucking can. I'm not going to get into great detail about the Grizzly Wintergreen. I'm pretty sure almost every single one of you have dipped it before. You know what it's like. You don't need a review on it. But there is something I want to talk about. I want to talk about my very first time dipping. Now, my very first time dipping, I was probably 12 years old. And I was a bad kid in school, so they sent me to, I don't know what you call it where you are. Where I was, it was called an alternative school. It was where all the bad kids went. And we'd have to go to the normal school and wait out front for the alternative bus to pick us up. And it was like me and 5 or 6 other kids. Well, about my third day there, the kid we called Little Lee, little short fucker, came up to me. He was like, "Hey, Chance, you want to dip?" Me thinking I was cool, you know, I ain't never dipped before. I was like, "Sure, I'll take a dip." He pulled out a can of Grizzly mint pouches. So I took one, I stuck it in, I started spitting. Bus came. I didn't know you weren't supposed to swallow this stuff back then. Well, the bus came, got on the bus, I started swallowing it. It was burning my throat. I was like, damn, man, I might have strep throat or something. So we kept going. The alternative school was about next town over or something like that. Kept swallowing. Kept burning more and more and more. And then I started getting real lightheaded. I was like, damn, what the fuck's going on? I didn't think it was the dip causing it, so I kept swallowing it. All of a sudden I felt like, damn, I gotta puke. So I pulled the patch out real quick. Threw up all over the place. Didn't tell nobody. There was only like 4 kids on the bus. I didn't tell no one. After I puked, I stuck the dip right back in, kept on swallowing it. Well, we got to the school. I didn't want to take the dip out yet. I was like nicotine buzz from it. So after school, we would wait in the cafeteria, eat breakfast, all that good stuff, before we went to class. Well, I was sitting there drinking chocolate milk, swallowing the dip spit. I didn't want to throw up in the lunchroom, so I ran to the bathroom. And before I could get to the stall, I threw up everywhere. I mean, it was brown as fuck. You could tell I'd been dipping. But yeah, it was a pretty bad experience for my first time dipping. But I was like, you know what? I like the nicotine buzz. So ever since then, I decided I was going to keep dipping. And then from then on out, I was really dipping Skull Cherry for the most part. I dipped that for probably 4 or 5 months straight, easy. I thought it was the best thing in the world. Then I discovered this. I dipped that for about 2.5, 3 years straight. But yeah, guys, that's my story on my first time dipping. I got another review coming up soon for some Coke Black, uncracked. I'll probably be posting that here in a couple days. Just remember, guys, comment, like, share, subscribe. It really helps out. And if anyone ever wants a shout out, just let me know. I'll give you a shout out, no problem. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, keep packing the lip and spitting.